Everybody in the house tonight, come on now. Non-discreet, my style is chic. We all family, meet and greet. Stand up, don't recline your seats, cause I'm about to take you behind the beats.
Reggae always feels right to me. It's in my blood. Riri really reps reggae.
She mixes in R&B, pop, and rock too. And when she's not busy celebrating the independence of her home Barbados, she's moving all over the musical map.
Got it, exactly. But her first hit was a dancehall song, and dancehall comes right from reggae.
But where does reggae come from? I wonder.
Jamaica, another Caribbean island with Alton Ellis as its godfather. You knew that, though.
I did, but I knew you were hyped for me to ask.
In 1954 in Jamaica, music is a competitive business, and Sir Coxsone is good at it.
Music in poor neighborhoods is provided by sound systems like the Sir Coxsone Downbeat. They throw parties and provide giant speakers and tunes to dance to, usually rhythm and blues and American jazz.
And competition is fierce. A sound system's success depends on a signature exclusive playlist.
Many MCs would even take the labels off the record so nobody would know who sang the song, or even what it was called.
But Coxsone has a problem. New R&B records are getting hard to find. So what better way to have exclusive records to play than to make them yourself? Getting creative with it.
Well, necessity is invention's mom. So he starts his own studio, Studio One. At first, his artists recreate American R&B like Little Richard and Wynonie Harris.
But little by little, they find their own purely Jamaican pop identity, ska. Like Mento, Jamaica's traditional folk music, it hits the offbeat and adds in a cool walking bass line.
First artists signed to Studio One are Alton Ellis and Millie Small.
Millie had a local hit or two with Coxsone, but in 1962, she starts working with a guy named Chris Blackwell.
I can make you a star.
Okay, my boy.
Blackwell had set up his label, Island Records, with a bunch of cash from his parents.
Millie records a ska cover of an old R&B song, My Boy Lollipop,
and gives Jamaica its first ever international hit. It sells millions and even kicks the Beatles off the charts in the UK.
Hot dang, go Millie Small! Also, Blackwell and Island Records will later figure in the story of another Jamaican artist slash demigod slash basically a prophet, Bob Marley. But that's a whole another story.
And a good one too. In 1962, Jamaica joyfully declared its political independence from the British Commonwealth. And it was ska that loudly and happily shouted out Jamaica's musical independence.
But remember that thing about competition between sound systems? It's intense enough that it can turn violent, like murder violent.
Singer Alton Ellis, though, refuses to get involved.
Instead, he finds solace and new inspiration coming from a familiar source, the States.
In the old days, American music had to be brought to Jamaica in luggage or shipped over on boats. But now,
thanks to the radio, the connection is instant and direct. WINZ, a Miami radio station, is powerful enough to reach the island.
And it brings Alton Ellis a sound from even farther north.
From Detroit, Motor City, home to the most influential and famous soul music label ever, Motown.
If Motown is Hitsville, USA, then the Temptations are the Mayors. They're the soul music act of the 60s and one of the most successful pop groups ever, period.
They're famous for their complicated, super tight vocal harmonies, mixing bass, baritone, and tenor voices.
And for their just effortless, easy moves and matching suits. These cats are sharp, man. Cooler than the other side of the pillow.
The band is a democracy, too. No leader. Every voice counts no matter who's singing lead.
That attitude and the group's joyous vocals influence a ton of Jamaican artists.
Including Alton Ellis, who is about to put all those influences to work.
But it's not all joy in Jamaica. Independence, political or artistic, sadly doesn't do much to fix the country's deep problem with poverty.
As the wave of enthusiasm fades, the tempo of the music slows way down. Party's over.
And the heat wave isn't helping. It's hotter than normal, and dancers are finding it hard to keep up with the quick pace of ska.
But the brilliant musicians in Kingston have a solution.
That's also a revolution. Alton Ellis combines a slowed, way-down ska rhythm with soul vocals, and adds in some big bass and syncopated beats. It's a brand new sound.
And Jamaica goes wild for it. In a few years, reggae is ready for the world, and the world goes wild for reggae too.
Alton Ellis wrote a ton of tunes, but one of his biggest hits is a reggae version of a Motown song, You've Made Me So Very Happy.
I've lost that love before. Got mad and I closed the door. And you say try just once
Artists
more.
like Alton Ellis, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Jimmy Cliff, and Lee Scratch Perry imprinted their own imaginations on the music of the world.
And they made reggae the music of liberation and revolt. From poor neighborhoods, reggae has conquered the planet and inspired artists from all walks of life, including The Clash, the Fugees, and of course,
Rihanna. Jamaican music has taken inspiration from others, but it has given so much back.
Because if you look behind the beats, all music is related.
We are family. Yes, sir. Everybody in the house tonight, come on now. Non-discreet, my style is chic. We all family, meet and greet. Stand up, don't recline your seats, cause I'm about to take you behind the beats.